Hello guys, today we want to show you the easiest strategy to 3-star in Legend League at the moment. And as you can see, use 2 accounts in the higher ranges of Legend League and still managed to get only 3 stars except for one unfortunate 99. Our stats are showing that 85% of the people are not subscribed. Be part of that elite 15% and press that subscribe button. Alright, enjoy the video. To make sure that the video is not too long, I'm gonna include only the attacks of one account and I'll have the other one in a future video. So on this base, with this juicy heavy core, it's perfect to use my overgrowth spell on the core and just use the siege machine for funnel and the king and then spam everything over the eagle and the monolith. So generally I'm looking to get the monolith first, or not the monolith, sorry, the eagle first, or I'm trying to get the overgrowth on the eagle. So yeah, let's see. So everything in nicely, using a skelly here to distract the monolith a little bit, and there's the overgrowth. So my troops have 2 ways to go, so it's left or right. And then usually whenever my hogs are coming out of the siege machine, I'm also dropping my royal champion there to support, but sometimes I use it elsewhere as well. So using a rage to get through that pretty high DPS compartment there, and using a rage on the other side as well. And here's another overgrowth. So as you can already see, I will be ending on the town hall here, and it's still quite a decent compartment as it has the enemy king and I believe also the enemy queen inside as well. But with the troops that I still have left, I still have spells, I still have warden ability, it's gonna be a piece of cake. Once again, very juicy core for my overgrowth. So just gonna go over the town hall, use the siege barracks at one side and the king at the other side, and just spam over it. So yeah, siege barracks down, king down, and usually I can be a little patient and not use the skelly spell, but often in these cases when I'm starting over the town hall, I use the skelly spell to open up the town hall and then warden ability through it with a rage. So warden and troops down. Here's the rage. Skelly spell. Did I actually? Yeah, I dropped the skelly spell as well. So here we go. Warden ability, perfect. And once again now with the core being overgrown, the troops have 2 ways to go. Hogs coming out of the siege barracks. So now it's time to drop the royal champion to add a little extra value. So I'm not sure what I'm waiting for here. Okay, so there's still enough left. Okay, so I did drop the royal champion, but I must have missed this. But as you can see, still have 2 freezes left and a rage. And the only threat at this point is the monolith. And after the overgrowth is gone, there's only a few defensive buildings left. But they do have a lot of power there. Like there's triple raged up infernos and a dual ricochet raged up, but with the amount of troops and abilities that I have left, it's easy, piece of cake. Once again, very similar base, but if you look at it closely, it is a little different. A little less value in the core and a little bit of a heavier town hall compartment. So again, with the siege barracks and the king, and then pretty much copy the last hit, except that I'm getting a little less value in the core and a little less value at the start. Well, I'm getting a lot of value, but it's a lot heavier. So here we go with the Rootriders and the warden and everything there. And then using my Skelly once again to open the Town Hall and distract the Monolith at the same time. So Warden ability early, Hogs already coming out of the Siege Barracks. So I'm using my Royal Champion to assist them. Little Tesla farm there, so I'm choosing to freeze the Queen and the Scatter to make sure some of my Hogs at least stay alive. So overgrowth the core. I did miss one of the Infernos here, which was a little sloppy, but then again I did get the back end Inferno, but I would have rather had the single here, I think. So still looking great. Royal Champion just used this ability. I must say that I swapped the previous ability on the Royal Champion for the Haste Vial and the Hawk Rider puppets. And I do really like it. You just gotta make sure that you don't wait too long using it, as you don't really get the health regeneration effect from that you get from the regular equipment. So using a freeze here on the Ricochet Cannon and the Scatter, as those will be dealing the most damage on my Rootriders. So yeah, as you can see, it's already piece of cake. On this base, once again, very juicy core for my overgrowth. So I'm not going to be using it on the eagle, so I'm going to go over the eagle side with my attack. So Siege Barracks, King down, wait a little bit for the funnel and then spam everything on top of it. And then probably going to use my Skelly spell to distract the Monolith again. And then see where everything is going. And once again, most likely will be using my Royal Champion to support the Siege Barrack Hawks. So here's the overgrowth. Warden ability. I'm not sure if I should have used it here, but at this point I just wanted to keep everything healthy, since I will be pretty certainly ending on the Town Hall. So I want to keep everything as healthy as possible. So Royal Champion added to the Hogs, getting some good value. So I'm raging it up here to make sure that they get everything down quickly without many casualties. And there's the overgrowth spell. It's a little bit different now. I kept the Monolith open because I knew my Queen was gonna get it, and unintentionally I left the multi-inferno open, but in the end it actually worked out perfectly because it gave my Queen another target without actually taking any damage. And now she's gonna be banging on the wall probably, but the Town Hall already opened. Okay, so Queen is walking all the way around. There was a little odd timing. I would have preferred for the overgrowth to last a little bit longer, but as you can see, with everything I still have left, Royal Champion ability, it's a GG. If ever there was a base that was going to give you 8s, it's probably this double Invis Tower anti-2 bases. But at this point I was like, alright, probably best to go over the CC, but I need to lure it out a little bit so that the timing with the ground expos and the single Inferno is a little better. Probably should have lured it out a little bit more, but I just decided to just go for it. And at this point I'm waiting for the eagle to recharge a little bit before I throw my overgrowth, so that I get a few seconds extra of the overgrowth spell use. Okay, a little bit late with the overgrowth, but no worries, only one shot. So using the Skelly to distract here, I probably could have saved that if I was a little bit more patient with my troops. And now, yeah, there's really 2 ways to go again. So I'm just watching where most of my troops are going, and depending on where I feel I need my Royal Champion, I will be using my Royal Champion to support. And any of the super barbarians I will be using on either defenses on the outside or creating a little bit of a funnel. So once again, overgrowth on the core. So I always end on the Town Hall compartment on these kind of bases, and 99% of the time I get the 3-star. Sometimes I don't have enough left and it's only like a 90%, 95% 2-star, but I always get the Town Hall down. So the key thing is just not to be scared to end on the Town Hall compartment. So up here, using the rage there to get down the monolith compartment. So a little bit of an odd timing with the overgrowth spell, but it's still looking pretty good. Queen just triggered the invisibility spell, and at the other side it was triggered by the Warden, I believe. So yeah, with 2 rages, a freeze, and still a lot of troops left, the Barbarian King still has its ability, and yeah, this is crushed. See ya! So on these kind of bases, I usually try to overgrowth as much as possible on one side of the base. And then once again, make sure that I get the eagle pretty early in the attack. So I'm going to go over the eagle and then overgrowth one of the areas twice, and then pretty much get over the town hall and end on whatever I use the overgrowth spell on. But if you feel like you need it elsewhere, you can always still deploy it somewhere else. And also one thing to notice, 99% of the time when I'm using my siege barracks, I use it on the side where I use the overgrowth spell, so that the hogs are getting a little bit deeper inside. So still looking pretty good. Trying to make sure that I have enough troops left for the town hall, so I'm debating on using my warden. So yeah, there we go, using the warden ability there, and another overgrowth spell. So at this point I didn't feel it was needed to drop the Royal Champion with the hogs, because I wouldn't be getting a lot of value with all those heroes there and with the invisibility tower at the town hall. So using a freeze to keep everything healthy. I hoped I was getting the single as well, but I think that was a little bit too hopeful. So I still have a rage to get through the town hall compartment, but as you can see, there's still quite a lot of base left. So depending on the timing with the invisibility tower, it's gonna be tricky to get this down. But as you can see with the rage, I still have the P.E.K.K.A, the Valks, like this attack, it's just so crazy strong, it's unbelievable. So yeah, still have the Royal Champion ability, and to be fair, the Royal Champion alone will probably take this down. But the nice thing about her is that she has the pet fog, the fox pet. But he already died earlier, so I kind of swagged the whole ability here. So that's one thing to notice as well. Try to use your ability when your pet is still alive. But as you can see, it's still going to be a 3-star, barely, but we call that calculated. So another one of those double invis bases. I mean, they can get you a few 1-stars if you're lucky, but in my opinion, if you're not scared to end on a town hall, they are really easy to 3-star. So here we go with the Rootriders. I'm choosing not to use a funnel because I don't see any area where I can really use my siege barracks properly. So I'm just spamming everything on one tile pretty much, and then use my overgrowth to make sure that my troops are not going inside the core. So the hogs here are going to be a little bit iffy because that invisibility tower, but somehow it just went off, so that's actually really good for me here, because otherwise the hogs would have just gone inside and yeah, just get bacon, like roasted bacon. Using the skelly to distract the single, and at this point I was like, I'm just going to use the warden ability because I need to have my troops healthy for the back end. So, well, the back end, so basically the entire core. And I still have the Royal Champion ability, just had to use the Queen ability. And still have a freeze left. I'm not sure if I should have used that here. I could have waited a little bit, but with the regeneration of the other invisibility tower, it's probably gonna get invised anyways. There we go. But yeah, I still have enough left to get through. So there we go, invisibility goes off, and yeah, now it's just waiting until it becomes available again, and there we go. So final attack, once again, a pretty similar base to one of the two boxes that I had earlier. So overgrowth on the core, covering also the eagle, so I can just safely go over the town hall, use my siege barracks on one side, king on the other side, and then spam everything in between. So contemplating on using a free spell here as well on the poison tower, but I'm not sure if I should be doing that. So once again, gonna be using the Skelly spell to open it up. There we go. So Warden with the rage, didn't choose to use the freeze here. So once again, Failed to get one of the Infernos, but it's not a huge deal. I mean, it does take quite a lot of damage on my troops together with Town Hall Poison. And here we go, timed with the Ice Golems, not really well, but since I'm using the Overgrowth, everything is going away anyways, and the Rootriders are not targeting the Ice Golems, so using the Royal Champion to support. And yeah, there's really not much base left here. Still have a Rage left that I can use on my army, and that's a GG. So if you like these kind of videos or you would like to see other videos, please let us know in the comments.